Hey, good afternoon. It is Todd. Welcome to the Teal Jack channel. I thank you for taking time out of your day to watch another one of my videos. So this video is something completely different and on a topic I've never discussed before. And if you haven't figured out by my channel's name, Teal Jack, then you may not know that I'm a very big fan of Stargate. Or should we say the Stargate universe. I was a big fan from the start, from the movie when it first hit the screens, to the television shows Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis. I was not so much a fan of Stargate Universe, I think it was called, for one main reason, because Stargate decided to become more woke and bring homosexuality onto the show.
Is it really you? 你把那个旧烂的凳子丢掉了吗？
And being as I'm a believer of Christ, and I view those acts as wrong, and it goes against the Bible, goes against the biblical standard. So I wasn't too fond of that show. Did I watch it in its entirety? Yes, I did. Did I turn off the TV every time there was some gay people kissing or some sort of gay stuff going on? Absolutely I did. I turned it off and might turn it back on, or I just didn't finish the episode. I kind of hoped the series would get better. Never really seemed to, but it did kind of end up in a cliffhanger.
Your voice, it echoes in my mind.
Which was never resolved. But as a whole, huge fan of Stargate. Just as there's so many Christians out there that are big fans of Star Trek and Star Wars, for instance. You know, I'll take Stargate and Stargate Atlantis in that original context without the homosexuality. I'll take that any day over Star Trek. And kind of a toss-up with Star Wars, but again, I think I'd probably still take Stargate over Star Wars. I like the storyline. And that leads me to what I'm discussing today. And that is, the other day I was flipping through YouTube and ran across a free video to watch called Stargate Origins. Now, years ago, don't know how long that was produced and put out, I caught wind that they were doing that show, movie, heard things about it, and to be all honest, I had no interest in watching it because I had heard it presented information that I didn't agree with. So here it is, shows up on YouTube for free, and I decided, along with my daughter, who was also a major Stargate fan, we decided to watch this movie. And what it seemed to try and present is female domination.
Catch up. Just don't be a hero.
Only if I have to save you.
From now on, I'm in charge.
Leah, I thought you've been in charge this whole time.
I guess would be the best way to put it. A world where women are strong and men seem to be a subservient role. It sounded like they were trying to become more woke, if you would. Equitable, maybe. Diverse, for sure. they brought in homosexuality on it.
And they won't keep quiet.
Why does he keep taking your hand?
Local costume. I believe. I don't know.
We best be going. I tried to tell you. When you least expect it. Yes.
Into it, which I found appalling, disgusting, and absolutely absurdly ridiculous. Let's see, what else did this movie present? Well, it pretty much destroyed Stargate SG-1 and Abydos, the planet they originally went to, and they presented that same planet, but with a twist. Kind of sounds like they were trying to say this came before the time of Colonel O'Neill or Daniel going to Abydos for the first time in the original movie.
Your voice echoes in my
This story seemed to take place before that, involving the father and the daughter who found the original Stargate. They were minor characters in the Stargate series, Catherine being the daughter. Can't remember what the father's name was. But the point is, they go to Abydos with Nazis. So they present these Nazis as having knowledge in how to open the Stargate. So these Nazis roll in at the opening of the movie. They've got a book that has the coordinates to get to the planet Abydos. They physically open the Stargate by hand as if they had that knowledge. Where did that come from? That was never brought out in the movie because they didn't even know that till later on in SG-1, that you could put a high power source to the Stargate to charge it in order to turn the gate by hand to the coordinates needed to open the Stargate.
Look at them. They're turning the gate manually, for God's sake. It's incredible.
This is likely the power source.
I believe you are correct.
But I think we might be able to figure out some way to rig the power source directly to the gate and then dial in manually.
The element the gate is made up of is a superconductor. It'll absorb energy in many forms.
If we could channel a lightning strike into the gate, it might provide us with enough power to dial in and make it through. Let's go! Teal, start dialing in!
In Stargate Origins, and they did it by electrical power grid and boosting that power grid with a Volkswagen. Let's see, when Stargate originally was aired, the first time they opened it manually is because it was struck by lightning, because it needed to have a large amount of energy to open. So I found that part of the show completely implausible to the Stargate universe.
How much power?
Then as the show progresses, they step through the Stargate, they go back. The only redeeming quality is the guy who played Michael in Stargate Atlantis was in the movie, playing the father. Only redeeming value to the movie. Everything else, I just felt terrible from there for that point forward. So they enter this world, they go in, and you could probably start to sense initially how this movie was going to go. They're going to meet the Abydos people. They're going to end up finding the gate coordinates. They're going to go back through the gate. The movie ends. Everything's fine. It's like a regurgitation of the original Stargate movie. And I had a feeling that's where it was going from the start. There wasn't anything surprising in the movie. Nothing shocked me at all. Nothing was suspenseful to me at all. I found it very boring. The dialogue was terrible and the acting was awful. The script was nowhere near the quality of Stargate SG-1, the original Stargate movie, and Stargate Atlantis. Now, I don't know who directed it. I don't know who wrote the scripts. It was just awful. So, that's my thoughts. If you want to watch a movie that presents Stargate universe with some homosexuality, regurgitating the original Stargate movie, being led by Catherine, who was this really strong feminist female who was not that way in the original movie and who was not that way in SG-1, but we're going to present her that way, and oh, by the way, we're going to brainwash her mind so she doesn't remember, or her father, before they go back through the Stargate. Yeah, that's how the movie ended. Catherine doesn't recall opening the Stargate, neither does her father. Don't remember going to Abydos. Don't remember meeting a Goa'uld female, Aset, or Asat, and having her brain washed with a ribbon device, so she can't remember. As if a Goa'uld wouldn't kill them up front to begin with. Even that part destroyed everything around the Stargate universe. Not that this Goa'uld was nice, but she went completely against the standard norm of all the Goa'uld characters in Stargate SG-1 and the few who made some sporadic appearances in Stargate Atlantis. Those are my thoughts. It is not a much watch if you're a fan of Stargate. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Hi, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. Please hit the like button below, and if you would, hit the subscribe link up here, and take some time to watch one of my other videos. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day. God bless, and take care of yourself.